everyone. So wonderful to have everyone here for Golden Host Players and the Chimers. Weren't they just wonderful? Let's have a great big hand again for the Chimers. That was just super. Well, as you know, yes?
Oh, no, we're good, sorry.
As you know, that this is election year in Saskatchewan. It's also election year in the United States. And the United States always has a bit of contest when their presidents are running or people are running for president. But this year, there's a big twist. Gracie Allen has decided that she is going to run for president. Now, George just doesn't know what to do about this. Well, why don't we just listen in on the 1940 radio drama George Burns and Gracie Allen.
I see we have a nice lively audience here tonight. All the smiling faces. Ladies with some pretty nice fancy hairdos. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, but have a little issue here maybe. I see a lot of the men too, but they must have a different haircut dresser. Well, it seems that for the men, they just come in and cut the hair off, especially when it touches the ears. And for some, they've taken all the hair off. I don't know how that would fit in if the ladies had to face that same problem. But everyone is dressed so nice, and everyone looks great. I sure hope you feel as great as you look. And I hope you have a wonderful day. How has your day been so far? Is it good? A happy day? All right, well, sit back and enjoy, and have a wonderful afternoon. You know, when I came in this afternoon, I saw this little group of chairs kind of sitting in the corner, and that reminded me of when I was a youngster. If we did anything wrong, we had to stand in the corner. And sometimes we didn't do much wrong, maybe laughed a bit too much, but the penalty was there. So that was for misbehavior. Now, is that what this is about? Or is the staff just picking on you and moving you to a separate place? You can tell me. Okay. Well, let me have a look at your eyes. I can probably see guilt or innocence in your eyes. I see a bit of a smile in some of your eyes. There may be some little bit of guilt, but maybe not a lot. But don't get me wrong. I'm on your side. I have no objections to you stepping over the line once in a while. The only trick is don't get caught. But all joking aside now, it's time to be a little more serious. I'm very pleased to be here with you tonight, this afternoon. But who am I fooling? At my age, I'm glad to be anywhere. And we know that getting older isn't all that bad. We have a lot of benefits. We have a government that sends us a Canada pension check every month. It's never late. The staff doesn't get it. You do. And then there is old age security, again, every month. As sure as it comes in, it'll be there. And you have another little benefit. And that is, at our age, no one's going to come into your room in the morning and yell, "Hey, it's 6 o'clock, get up, you'll be late for work." They don't do that. They may come in and say, "It's 6 o'clock, get up and go to the bathroom." But they can't make you go to work. As I look at this audience here, I think you'll have to agree with me that we have probably grown up in the best period of Canadian history. There have been so many changes that have occurred, and we accepted these changes, we adapted, and we moved on, and we did quite well. We survived. I'm sure that a lot of you still remember horses. You know how to put on a bridle on a horse? You've probably driven them. Well, that's in the past. Then at the end of World War II, the tractors started coming. I remember my dad, this was before I went to school, out in the yard early one morning with a neighbor, and they're tying a bunch of horses, I think it was a dozen or so, together, tied them behind the wagon, and they left. I never gave it a second thought, but later on, late in the afternoon, my dad comes driving in the driveway, all proud and big, driving a great N4 tractor. Very proud of that, and we all came around and admired it, and all had a little ride around the yard, and that was great. And when we kind of settled down, I said, "Dad, are you missing something?" And he said, "What?" I said, "Well, you're so proud and so happy with this tractor. Did you forget to bring the horses back?" No, I don't remember what he gave me for an answer, but I'm quite sure he didn't tell me the whole story. Now, people have also changed more. I noticed that a lot of the younger generation now have these little things in their pocket, and they're busy with their fingers and thumbs, ticking little buttons. Or they hold it like this, they're talking to it. Well, when we were young, we didn't have that, and we also didn't walk around with a great big telephone on our shoulders. We just listened to what people told us, and we remembered. And people have changed even more. I remember when I went to school, when you read something in a book or in a magazine, we accepted this as being the truth. And it probably was. Not so much today. I can also remember the tuberculosis van coming to town. We'd miss a half a day of school. We lined up and had chest x-rays. We didn't complain, we just accepted it. This is progress. And when the public health nurse came to school, it may have taken a class, but we all lined up, we got our shots, away we went. No one cried, no one said anything. Not so much today. And another big change has been in housing. Go back to the 1930s and 40s and even earlier than that, houses were very small and families were large. So there was usually a kitchen, a living room, and there was one bedroom for the boys, there was one bedroom for the girls, and the parents shared a bedroom. But today's society, things are a little different. All the kids have their own bedrooms. Now, luckily, the families are much smaller, so we don't need a house with 24 rooms in it. So the kids still have their own rooms, and mom and dad still share their rooms. I'm not sure what that's all about, though. When we were growing up, we were always taught to be polite to people, respectful, and be honest. And I think those are good things. And if you are honest, you don't have to try and remember all the little lies you told so they would add up to things. But let me give you a little hint. And this is just for the people that are over 65. The rest of you are not supposed to hear this. But if you can fake honesty, it may take a little while, but if you can fake honesty, you've got it made. And you could be a deadly politician. Now remember, at our age, they cannot say to you, act your age, because we already are. And you know you're old when the candles on your cake cost more than the cake does. So I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. You're sitting down, put your feet up, and if you feel you have to have a smoke, the staff might not agree, but I'm going to have an extra stogie for somebody. But we want you to sit back and enjoy. And if things are funny, clap, yell, shout, get up, do whatever you have to do. This is your day. And if things are dull and not funny, throw tomatoes. Oh, sorry, take that back. You can't do that. Tomatoes cost almost $4 a pound in Shelburne. So no tomatoes, please, okay? All right, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Gracie, what is this?
Hello, George.
Well, I was coming to the studio this morning to do a radio broadcast, and there on a billboard was a great big poster saying, "Vote for Gracie."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And then coming down 2nd Avenue West, there was a big banner, "Put Gracie in the White House."
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And in the newspapers, radio, all over, it's "Send Gracie to Washington." What does this mean?
Well, George, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm running for president!
You're what? You are running for president?
Yes!
Gracie, how long has this been going on?
More than 150 years. George Washington started it.
But why would you want to be president?
That's the only way you can get into the White House. You can't just walk in and sit down, you know.
This idea is preposterous.
Not only that, but it pays good money.
Look, Gracie, you don't stand a chance. Presidents are born.
Well, what do you think I was? Hatched?
Listen, Gracie, I will always support you in whatever endeavors you do, and I hope you have luck and enjoy all these things. But in the entire history of the United States, there has never been a woman president.
Well, yeah, isn't that exciting? I'll be the first one.
Yes, but look at all the problems it's going to cause us. We're no longer going...
Hello, George.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Gracie.
Hello, Frank.
You know, you've got as much chance of being president as going into orbit.
Well, I don't know about that. Confucius says, lady who has her eye on the presidential chair pretty soon gets to sit in it.
And George Burns says, girl who talks nutty on Wednesday is going to be making peanut butter on Thursday.
That's good.
Have you any idea what a person has to be before they become president?
Sure. Elected.
Oh, this whole thing is absurd.
Oh, stop worrying, George. I might not even be elected till next November.
Whew, that takes a load off my mind.
I might not even be in the White House until 1941.
In other words, you're as good as in?
I'm better than in.
What do you mean? Better than in?
Well, if I was in now, I'd have to be out next January.
You, President of the United States?
And Mexico.
Mexico?
Well, sure. It's just across the border from California, so it'll be easy for them to vote for me.
Then why not Canada?
It'll be a landslide.
You know, Gracie, this may be a shock to you, but there are some places that don't belong to the United States.
So what? How many votes do you think there are in Canada anyway?
For a person to become president, you have to have tremendous stamina. A person with unusual abilities and really sound judgment. You know, a mental genius.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks. And the president has to have courage and show plenty of backbone.
Show plenty of backbone? Well, wait till you see my new evening
It
dress.
still doesn't make you a leader of men. You need plenty of followers.
Wait till you see my new evening dress.
Quiet. A president has to have determination and show people what he's made of.
Wait till you see my new
Yes,
evening
I know
dress.
your evening dress. Who cares?
Say, Gracie,
Mhm.
when you're elected president, you should give a brand new bicycle to everyone under the age of 18.
Wonderful idea, Frank.
Ridiculous.
Frank's helping me in my campaign.
That'll be a tremendous success.
Sure. You see, every day I have to go out and kiss a lot of babies. And Frank comes by to help me kiss the mothers.
Oh, you do, Frankie, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yes, boy, I'm a terrific speaker. Why, I addressed 500 mothers this afternoon.
And what did you say to them?
Oh, line up there, kiddies, line up.
Kitties?
That he did.
Now listen, Gracie. We're gonna put a stop to this before it goes too far.
Say, George, didn't you know that Gracie is running for President of the United States?
Of course I knew, but Gracie's always doing stuff. We don't always take her serious.
Well, of course she's serious, George. Well, as serious as Trump and Biden are.
Yeah, but Trump and Biden, they've got political affiliations.
Well, maybe if they have afflictions, it's because they weren't vaccinated.
Gracie, you don't understand. You've got to have a Republican or Democratic machine in back of you.
No, that's a bustle.
A bustle? Oh, well, it was good on you. Boy, I'm sure glad I found that out.
Isn't it exciting, George? Isn't it exciting?
Is what exciting?
Well, if Gracie gets in, well, this will be the first time that a woman president has been elected, and she runs for 3 years.
A third term?
Oh, a wonderful job. What, you show me any other country where you can buy a double-decker ice cream cone for a nickel?
Ray, I've got a surprise for you. Gracie hasn't done her first and second terms yet. You've got her mixed up with Roosevelt.
Oh, no, I haven't. Why, Roosevelt lives over in the White House in Washington, D.C. And Gracie lives in the Yellow House in Beverly Hills. I know.
You know, someday I'm gonna have you psychoanalyzed.
What? Thank you, George. That's all right. But you know, I've already taken out my first papers.
Well, welcome to your country. This is the silliest thing I've ever heard.
Miss Allen, the photographers are ready to take the campaign pictures.
Oh, well, don't go away, boys. I'll be right back.
Okay, hey boys, come on here. Come on here. Listen, fellas. This whole thing, presidential thing, is just not going to go.
Stop worrying, George. Gracie's promised to give us all just swell government jobs.
Government jobs?
Why, yes, sure.
Truman, are you sap enough to fall for that?
Sap? Just a minute, George. That's no way to speak to the Supreme Court Justice.
Supreme Court Justice Truman! You don't actually believe that you can be a...
Well, just think, George. Why, I'll be the only and the first ambassador to Great Britain who has ever played a violin.
And Gracie told you she would make you ambassador to Great Britain?
Oh, yes. I had my choice of that. Or I could have been the secretary to the Navy.
I see. But you didn't want to be secretary to the Navy?
Oh, no. What? I look so silly in a sailor suit.
Oh, get out of here, you guys!
Oh, George! George! Wait till you see the picture I had taken.
I'm not interested in any pictures. We have a radio broadcast to do.
You know, the Democrats